yeah. Make sure you do,
I will do. So
man.
Zatanna. I love Zatanna. I always loved the character. I thought she's cool.
Yeah,
And we've got a new number one by Jamal Campbell. He's art and writing, actually. Now, before we get into it, the whole book is beautiful. I mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah. No,
yeah.
Campbell. He did Superman Absolute Power tie-ins with Zatanna in. So
Oh, I see. I didn't
clearly,
read
he
those.
clearly loves the character.
He really does. I mean, you can feel it in the book as well. I mean, it is beautiful. It is like, even if it's not sort of like your preferred art style, you cannot deny the amount of effort and care that has been taken in this book. It's reminiscent of J. Williams. Is it J. Williams the third? And because very
Yeah, yeah,
intricate
yeah.
stuff. It's really, really, really beautiful, beautiful art. So that I cannot fault. So he does a few pages where he sort of gives you a sort of very, very quick, like, little moments from her life, sort of to show that she's got a bit of history and everything else. Doesn't spend too long going over all the past and everything else, which I think was really, really good. And we join up with Zatanna, where they're doing like a rehearsal for a show. So this book kind of balances the sort of magician, the stage magician, and a user of magic quite well in this book as well. So she's at this real famous theatre, the Terpsichore in San Francisco, and like I say, we're introduced to all her crew. And they're a sort of sort of like, I don't know, diverse bunch of guys, and this theatre has a lot of history, and we find out a bit about the history. They've got lots of paintings there. One particular is of the Lady White. Right now, in the old day, she was a legend of vintage Hollywood. She was every possible star: music, theatre, fashion. She's like Marilyn Monroe and all the starlets rolled into one. So very, very famous. Made a lot of films. So some of the crew members, you can see that she cares for. They have a little bit of sort of doubting moments, and she picks them up and gets them going. But anyway, while they're looking at all these beautiful paintings, this manifestation of the Lady White appears and pulls all of the crew into these various images on the wall. And these images, other than paintings, are posters of movies that this movie star actually starred in the olden days. So basically, what she does, she goes through sort of all these sort of pocket dimensions through each of these sort of thematic worlds which are based on the movie that the Lady White had starred in. And she pulls all her crew members out and sends them back to safety. Except when she eventually catches up with the Lady White, one of the team members thrusts this magic sword through Zatanna's chest, right? And the thing is, she can't do anything about it because this sword is magic. She seems to have trouble removing it, and the issue ends with her sort of lying on the floor. Her eyes are all yellow. This magic sword pierced through her while the Lady White looks upon her. And she's obviously controlled this other crew member, the young one, which at the beginning of the book she was helping with his sort of doubts and dilemmas. Now, it was okay. There was a reference to Zatara, her father, which I'm hoping isn't going to be the story, because, like most of Tara's stories, they always do the whole
Yeah,
her father's story. Like the last one, the last little mini series that covered that, but I didn't mind because it was really, really good and the art was great, and I loved everything about it. So I'm hoping that it's just like a minor thing, and not the whole story, because it's just going to be a repeat of the same plot all over again. Now, at first, I was like, couldn't they have done something a bit different to sort of break us in, a different villain and everything? I felt a little bit down, but then I reread it and I looked at all this beautiful art and I thought, you know what? It's a good entry point for Zatara, right? It's got magic. You know, she's a stage musician. You can see her using all her powers, using magic. You see she cares. I thought, you know what? As a first issue, it's actually pretty good. And to be honest, even if the writing was bad, which it's not, the art would 100% make up for it, because, like I say, the art in this book is first class. So I recommend it. I'm going to pick up the next one. You got some thoughts on this as well? Did you read this?
I haven't read this yet, but I'm
Oh
looking
man, I
forward
thought you
to it.
said you read it. So that, oh
I
man.
haven't. Sorry, man.
Okay, well, give it a go, dude, because I think you like it. You like DC, and Zatara is
Yeah,
such a
yeah,
cool character, right? I mean, who doesn't like
yeah. It's a
Zatara? I
ton of
say that quite a lot,
awesome.
but no, I liked it. It was all good, all good.